The birds are tweeting. The sun is shining. At least on the railroad it is. We're going to hop on and run some trains for a little bit. Been one of those days. Need some trains in my life. Now I just got to figure out what I was doing. I think I was getting ready to run. Yeah, it's 7:15, so it's the next morning after the video that I made the other day. And we need to switch the sawmill. We also have a bunch of cars, just kind of in general, that need swept up from all the terminated contracts. Where is my passenger train going? It is going. All right. Need to be mindful of that. Where is passenger train? It's coming up Barker's. So it will be here before too long. I need to get these logging cars out of the way. I can use this siding as a really long switching lead. Yeah, that's all clear through there. Excellent. Whee! Anchor Chief Simulations. How's it going? Good evening. Let's go up and get this. You're number 5. You're on waypoint mode. Perfect. We'll grab these empties out of here and then we'll stick the loads in. You can also get number 3 here working away. Waypoint mode. These all need to head to Silva Interchange. They are full. Good morning. Civis Hamburger? Civis Hamburger Gum. Ah, said that wrong. You're good. You need hooked up. And then your handbrake needs off, and your handbrake needs off. Perfect. And that is 7 cars. That should fit in here, no problem. Let's shove you up to here. Swap back over to number 5. Be lots of swapping around here as we run all the various things. All right, we got all those empties. We need to grab the loads. Have him work on that. So I thought about making another video doing all this, but I just don't really have the time. So I'm just going to stream for a little bit before I go to bed. Do some switching. And that's that. Octane Jimmy. I don't know if there's any official word from the developers, but I would imagine you will need to restart, or a restart is recommended. That's, oh hey, no, don't go out there. No, 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 stop. I forgot. It likes to do its own thing sometimes. Don't use the main line, dummy. So, what was I saying? Yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I don't know if there's been anything official from the developers. But it fundamentally changes so much about the game. I would expect a restart would be needed. Come here. Go there. Know why you're getting out there on the main line, Al. Goofy guy. Alright, switch back to number 3. Let's get about 3 handbrakes on. This is sitting on a hill. Then we have 3, 4, another 7 cars. That'll work. And then over here, just that one needs to come out. So we need to swap those so this guy can get loaded. Back over to number 5. I haven't heard anything, but also have not been keeping up to date with Railroader that much. Alright, now if I tell you hook onto there, you're not going to go out on the main line like a wild animal. Gotta keep an eye on Al. No handbrakes at all set on that. Kind of a sloppy son of a gun put that cut of cars there. You are all hooked together. Excellent. If I get to slinging the camera around too much, let me know. Number 5 has arrived. Indeed. Alright, you are on that, so you shouldn't wander back out onto the main line again. I need you to come over and set those loads right there. Excellent work. Where's our passenger at? They're at Wilmot. Cool. I do believe I have the passenger train set to stop here. I need to get him some coal. He's getting kind of low. So we'll probably have him stop here and get coal. Civis Hamburgum. This is indeed the logging save. This is still season 2. I think it was 2. Same save as my last season and the last video I made just the other day. If you watch that video, this is the next morning, and we're going to have to make a sweep of the railroad and get all the cars back to Silva from the canceled contracts. So there's quite a bit of that to do, as well as switching the sawmill. All right, number 3 is held up by number 5, so he is good. And passenger train is on the way from Wilmot. What locos do I currently have? No idea. What's up, Steam Lance? Let's see. Is it I for stuff? There we are. Number 1 is a T17 10-wheeler. Number 2 is a G16 Mogul. Number 3 is a K28T logging tank Mikado. Number 4 is a C40 Mastodon. Number 5 is a K35 logging Mikado. And number 6 is an S23 switcher. And there you go. Could not have told you that to save myself. Luckily, the game tells me. Get you in that catchment area. Oh, so close. I'll bring her down like another 2.5 feet. Not 3, 2.5. I have 0 mods. Mods are not officially supported. I will not be using mods until they are so. That's just me. All right. Those are dropped off. This empty cut now can go over here and hook on to here and get out of the way. So let's bring you down there. We'll even let you go. Well, no, you're not going very far. We'll keep you at 15. Let's check in with the passenger train. He should be screaming in to East Whittier here shortly. Yeah, I'm a big fan of modding in general for games, but only where it's like officially supported. So my personal stance is I don't want to mess with it since it's an early access game. It's not officially supported. It breaks things all the time, and a lot of developer time is wasted by people doing bug reports and stuff because they're running mods. I don't want to be part of that problem. That's just my personal take, though. Y'all want to use mods, then nothing's stopping you. I believe that's the curve into East Whittier. Whee! She's flying. No wonder you're burning up so much coal. It's got a quarter of a bunker left in coal. It's getting a little low. We'll go ahead and top off the coal here at East Whittier. I'm really looking forward to the Maintenance Away update. I have no idea when it's going to be here. I would imagine it's months out, but who knows? That's going to be some really cool stuff. Some really cool depth to the gameplay. All right, number 5 is chugging on down there towards the siding. So I think we'll let him do his thing, and we'll get the passenger train stopped and filled up with coal before we get this guy out and get in the way. Actually, while he's down there, I could get number 3 out. Let's do that. Let's get number 3 out of the hole. Number 3, I want you to bring your cut down to here. Oops. We'll see if 3 can push that stuff up out of there. It's a lot of cars. I have seen the update video, yep. It released like 2 days after I recorded my latest video. If I would have known, I would have just waited. Then I could have talked about it in the video. Oh well. I just had a hankering for some Railroader, so I went and played Railroader. Alright, we'll put a handbrake on you. Cut you loose. Then as soon as he's done... Look at this little beast. Just pushing for all he's worth. Get them little drivers and you get a lot of traction going. Yeah, I'm out of the loop. I didn't know who that person was in the update video. But I don't follow things super close. Got too many other things going on. So I have no idea who Sam is. Probably should have looked into that. All right, you're good. Let's get number 1 over here. Let's get him some coal. While we're here, we'll top off the water too. Water is looking pretty good. It's still half a tank, I guess. WNCRR. I don't even know what that is. WNCRR and Angry Ragtimer. Oh, they're Railroader channels. Gotcha. I'll have to remember to look him up. Right, well, you're backing up. Let's get this cut. Actually, you're You're done. You can go on. You can go on up the branch here. Let's get you aired up and out of here. Woo! Everybody, hang on. Here we go. I don't remember for sure what needs to go where. There was a tree. I used to know which tree I needed to put the train on. I don't remember which tree it was. We'll say go to here. I'll have it start working up the branch line. All right, let's get this guy some coal. Some good old hashtag coal and water. You guys have been around the channel, you'll and followed the series. You'll know hashtag coal and water. Here we go. Take on some drinkage. The Western North Carolina Railroad. Okay, cool. They've done some commission mods. The Rock SpongeBob drove in pizza delivery? I have no idea what you're talking about. But I'm old, so I'm not up on all that. And he got hired on as a model developer. Okay, cool. So they're growing out the team. That's always good. No Doze Gaming. Welcome. I don't know if I said hi to you. Might have forgot. KG, I missed that message back there as well. 1,500 hours. I don't know how much I have in here. Not anywhere close to that. I was aware of this game. It was just kind of casually following it. And then out of the blue got invited to do like a pre-release. Do some pre-release video access to it. I was flattered. And as soon as I played this, I knew they had a winner on their hands. Like, it was a pre-early access release before it was even early access on Steam, and it just worked. And like all the features were there, all the bedrock stuff was there, and it worked. That was pretty awesome. So I've played a lot of early access trash. That's for sure. There we go. All right, let's get our passenger train on out of here. Free up the tracks. Let's put you back on waypoint mode. Wake everybody up. Yeah, Railroads Online was that's just a real disappointment. It could have been great. We'll see what Century of Steam folks have to offer someday. So we got a whole lot of stuff to do. We probably won't get to it all tonight because I'm going to go for, I don't know, maybe another hour. We'll see. We got cars even all the way over in Ella we need to get out. We got some in Whittier. We need to shove everything east to the interchange. And I still got to get the train headed this direction with deliveries for the sawmill. All right, number one, good sir, you are good to go all the way out to Ella. Let me give you a waypoint out here. Whee! You can go there. And he's off. Now we can have number 3. Come on down. Number 3 has too many cars to fit there, so he's going to have to run all the way down here. I do have number 3 set. Excellent. Let's bring you down here to this track. Whee! All right, you're out of the way. Number 5's out of the way. It'll switch that. I'll go ahead and switch it since I'm right here. I want to get any funny ideas about the Y. There he goes. How many cars? You got 14 cars on there. Nice. It's only 983 tons. That's a lot of profit that I don't think I get paid for. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if I do get paid for dropping those off. Because the contracts are terminated now. If we go to locations. No, I'll get paid for these. I keep forgetting. These are from the sawmill. The ones from like Stenzel and Holyfield. I'll see if I get paid for those. I don't know that I will. Decent amount of money. Yeah, it's easy to make money in Railroader. Just play the game. It works for me. But I did build this up over time. I don't remember... Season 2 wasn't nearly as long as Season 1 because it was just focused on logging for the most part. And I got a little overly ambitious and decided to do pulpwood. That opened up some other stuff down in Silva. It kind of got out of hand. Craft at Whittier Depot. Excellent. Switch you while we're at it. Breeze just easing on down here. Yeah, we got plenty of room. Actually, let's go ahead and just stop you there. That's fine. We'll tack these other 3 onto here, and it's just about ready to head out. We'll have a few more. I think there's like 3 at Stencil, maybe a couple at Holyfield, and I think another 3 out at Ella. So we'll have maybe another 7, 8 cars, something like that. When it's all said and done. We'll use our little switcher to do some switching. Like I was saying earlier, I'm really looking forward to the Maintenance Away update. It's going to have some cool stuff. It'd be fun to start over too. Although I never have expanded, like Season 1 was the biggest I ever got. We never went past Ella here on Season 2. I only ended up getting out to, I forget where I ended up on Season 1. Did I go past Appalachia? I've never done this part of the railroad at all. I don't remember how far I got out. Not very far. I've never ran trains on any of this part of the railroad. Oops. Because once you get expanded that big, it becomes a full-time job playing the game. And I already have a full-time job. It pays a hell of a lot more than playing with trains. So, I play too many other games. That's part of my problem. Zombie Love. There's a name I haven't seen for a while. How you doing? With these tacked on, we'll take number 3 back over to its sawmill. Need to switch out those gondolas. I could check in on number 5. He's stopped up there on the Connolly branch. Oh, let's see. It was orange cars go there. I did pick about the right tree, didn't I? Look at that. We'll go ahead and get him situated. Enough. I'm on number 5. Slow him down, and then he needs to shove those back into here. I have them color-coded by which track to go to, just for fun. In case you're wondering why the colors. That be why. Right, Atlas? Yeah. That's what happened with me on Season 1, so... Season 2, I just focused on logging. Go ahead and lace you up. Alright, number 3. Come back over here. I don't want you going out on the main line. And you can eventually come on down back over to here. Actually, if I just click here, what's the AI going to do? It is coming up through here. It's not getting on the main, so that's good. The AI is pretty good. It should be able to find its way over there. And we haven't even touched Silva yet. We also I need to make a run. I need to make a run to Ella and gather cars. I could do that with number 2, I guess. He's full up. He could be our sweep. I'd have to run backwards from Ella, but that's doable. Just chilling. Nice. Yeah, season 1 I had a Larka. Can't remember if I went out to Almond, but yeah, I had the big coal mine. I had the copper mine. It got to be just too much. It was fun. I had like, what was season 1? Like 40 videos? It was a long season. All right, let's send number 2 down the line. He'll be our sweep. He needs to run over to Whittier and Ella and grab some cars and bring them back. We'll have him do that. Sitting there full of coal and stuff. And he is the Whittier local, so we'll send him on down. You need to be on waypoint mode. There you go. Then we got a ton of switching to do in Silva, which I probably won't get to tonight. Though I probably should get the road train headed this way because we got the drop-offs for the sawmill. I'll go look at that once I get number 2 headed down the track. All right, 2, you can actually come all the way over here. Just waiting for 3 to get out of your way. There we go. 3 is getting out of the way. Whee! So we should probably pull those out, run around them, and then grab those. That's the play. So let's bring, I am on number 2. Let's bring number 2 down and hook onto those guys. Head on down the track, good sir. Number 3 is percolating. Let's check back in with number 5. Yeah, Zombie Love, I just covered that a little bit ago. My personal thing is I don't use mods in this game because it's early access, they're not supported, and it wastes a lot of developer time because people report problems and they're caused by mods. I don't want to be a part of that problem. And I don't want to take the time to have to deal with broken mods all the time because it's early access and it's unsupported. That's my take. I don't use them. When they're officially supported, I will definitely look into it and see if there's something I want to use. I don't really see myself modding this a lot. It's pretty darn good. So we'll get number 5 hooked back on, and he needs to shove on up the Connolly branch. While he's doing that, let's check in on the road freight engine, number 4. Just sitting down here in Silva. How are you looking for stuff? You're pretty full. Excellent. Probably need to have you get in waypoint mode and come all the way down here, and you need to haul stuff to Whittier. 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 This is all going to Whittier. Nice. Come down here and hook onto these cars. Number 4. Limit you to 25. Now we were flying all over the place, but we got a railroad to run. These I just need to pull this guy out and get those guys shoved back in there so it can get processed. That, undo that. Bring you over here. Everybody's arriving at their waypoints. Excellent. Right, KG? Yeah, I don't know. It's just... I'm not saying nobody should use mods. I'm just saying that's why I don't. Chugging along. Wow, number 2 made it over here already. Number 2. I love having that on the R key. That was a huge quality of life addition. A game that already had a ton of quality of life stuff in it. Alright, oil tankers. I need to pull you out. Yeah. We'll slow you down to 15 while we're switching here in town. Bop back over here to number 5. Get him shoving up the branch. So he now needs to go all the way up here. Ooh, we got some pickups up here. Plot thickens. I do have red on the head end, so that's good. I think I'll... Will they fit there? Let me see if those will fit in here. We'll use this pulpwood. I think that's a pulpwood track. We'll use that for our switching spur. And then do I have... Yeah, I don't have any yellows over here to pick up. Oh, I forgot these. These are just going to sit. I don't need to sell them. I don't need the money. They're just going to sit. We don't need the pulpwood anymore, but that's fine. Yeah, I'm with the KG. It's just a little short line. It's the first thing people asked when it came out. Where's the big boy? You're kind of missing the point. Hey, people want to run what they want to run. All right, you're heading on up there. Let's jump back into number 2. We need to do a little bit of a runaround move here. Which, thanks to the auto engineer, I can just figure that out. It just knows how to do it. I like it. All right, come back over and shove those in here. I've been going for 35 minutes and I haven't told the wrong locomotive to go somewhere yet. It's only a matter of time. The sawmill is just eating up those logs. What's number 4 doing? 4 is already at its waypoint. Wow. All right, well, let's get you headed for Whittier. Need to lace up the hoses. We got a couple brakes on the back. Oh yeah, I was worried about running out of coal. Well, we're not going to have that problem because this save is about done. I'll play on it here and there while we wait for the maintenance away, but it's pretty well done. So you can go back up to track speed of 35. Pop back over here, but we're going to select number 4. And then number 4, you can come in on this track here. That will work. All right, you're spotted. Let's get this big guy out of here. Back over to number 2. He should be just about... Yep, just got to the waypoint. Now we just need to back in and hook onto these guys. Good thing there's no motor traffic here. Every time I switch this, I feel bad for the motorists. Lots of tooting going on. We need to get the passenger train. Yeah, let's get the passenger train going. We'll wait for the passenger train before we send number 2 out. Passenger train takes priority, so let's get him dealt with. He should be all unloaded, indeed. How many we got out here in this tiny shack? Not very many, actually. Only about 16 or so. No, there's 24. 35 people were in there. Wow. It's a lot of passengers. So I can use number 2 to get my position. So now I want number 1 to come up the Y because he turns around on his way back. So we have loco tender and then 1, 2, 3. I think it's about this tree usually. So I'm going to tell him to come to here. So the passenger train runs backwards between Ella and Whittier and then turns on the Y and heads back to Silva. In case you're new to the railroad. And then number 2. Who does number 2 work for? Me. Just thinking through some switching moves. I guess I should talk when we're doing that. I'm debating on whether putting these cars here. I guess it doesn't really matter. I will leave these cars here, though. There's no need to pull them all the way to Ella and back. So we might as well pull them out here and just leave them. So we can pull out here and we'll wait for the passenger train. I'll let you go 25. You don't really need to, but... You've got plenty of... Yeah, you were full. So you've got plenty of coal and water. Yeah, it's not really worth arguing about, guys. People want to run what they want to run. Does it make sense? Not all the time. But I don't think they should be putting pressure on the developers to get outside of their vision. That's when it gets a little annoying for me. All right, you're heading on back. We got number 1 flying back over here. He's looking good. Check back in with number 3. You were coupled to that, so let's get this car out of here. So number 3, he's going to be bringing a big string of cars back from Ella. So if I was smart and I remember, I could grab that car here. So let's put that gondola here. And when we bring that big stack of cars back, in theory, I can grab that. If I remember. And how's number 4 doing? 4 is almost to Dillsboro. Nice. Just watch her roll for a bit. What's up, Mikey Johnson? Yeah, I had a hankering for some railroader the other day. That's why I made the video. And I thought I kind of finished out some of the work. I was going to make a second video. I just really didn't have the time, so I thought I'd just stream for a bit tonight. Doing some of that work. People always like to hang out when I'm streaming railroader, so here we are. I'm off work tomorrow, but I'm going to get my son and move him back from college for the summer. And then we got all kinds of stuff going on the weekend. I'm not sure if or when I'll have time to game for the next several days. Getting a little in tonight before I head off to bed. I gotta get up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock, so can't stay up late. Here we go. If you just tuned in, this is number 4. It's the road freight. It's what I call the road freight. It hauls cuts of cars between Silva and East Whittier. And it's currently taking the morning drop-offs from Silva Interchange up to East Whittier. We are bouncing all over the place, doing lots and lots of stuff. Let's get back over here to number 5, up on the Connolly branch. And, they won't quite fit in there. Well, there goes that idea. That's too bad. It gets to be a lot of weight. I think you can handle it because these are all empty. But we don't have any yellows to pick up, right? No, the yellows are down at the sawmill. Let's do this. Let's break the train apart. I do have number 5 selected. Let's break the train apart. We'll get rid of the yellows, and then we'll come down here and deal with the reds. Hey, Mark of 1. No problem. My streams are always random, so sorry about that. Family first, game second. Yep. Games are usually about 9th. It is my main hobby, but... Alright, we'll just leave these guys here. Get him started up that branch, and we'll go figure out where he needs to be. I don't know how you got on 10. You can go 15. You need to come right up to... Yeah. So we'll get the yellows dropped off. Come back down here. We'll shuffle these around. You can head back down the branch line. I got kind of out of sequence. Normally I would have yellow cars and orange cars full of logs to bring down, but at some point I got out of sequence. I don't remember how. All right, you are good. Let's go check in on number 3. Number 3 is good. I'll leave this car here. You can get back in your little pocket here. Actually, let me cancel that. Do you need... While you're out here, let's get you filled up with water. You don't necessarily need it that bad, but I want you to run out. While you're out here on the track, we'll get you taken care of. Number 1 get passed. Yep, number 1's passed. We can send 2 out to Ella. Oh, I need to unhook before we do that. Get distracted trying to read chat and run the railroad at the same time. It's too much for my little pea brain. So we need to come in here and we need to grab... Doesn't matter because we've got room for like 5 cars there. We'll grab this one first. So we'll grab you. You can go 35. You can get on out of here. Let's go get number 1 taken care of. All right, he's up here on the branch. You need to turn. So you need to come down this way. And you already did all your... Yeah, you stopped at Whittier. All right, cool. Yeah, we got the old Mickadooing. Hey, where'd you go, train? There you are. I can actually send you all the way back to... No, I can't. We're waiting on number 4. So you can come down to here. Let's keep you moving. You need to hold, though, here, unfortunately. I didn't get the road freight headed this direction in time, but he's almost here. He's getting close. He's roaring up the track. All right, let's get number 3 filled up. Put you on manual. A little bit of revoice. Stick that pipe all the way down in the boiler. That's how you know you get the good water. There he goes. Sawdust Special. What a great game. They did such a good job with this. Not perfect. It's pretty close. This is a little awkward because we got this little tiny coal box back here. We're supposed to load it with this chute. See if that'll do it, or if I need to back up a little bit. I need to back up a little bit. There we go. Dribble some out on the ballast. That's all right. Waypoint mode, and you go back to your little hole right over there. All right, number 1 is in the hole. Speaking of holes, waiting for number 4. Number 4 should be right around the corner. Nope. Right around this corner. Nope. Right around this corner. Nope. Number 4, where are you? There he is. I hear him. We're getting there. Yeah, there's no ash dump or cleaning out the boiler tubes or oiling up the side rods or any of that nonsense. It'd be nice if you had the option of doing that. You do have to oil stuff if you're driving your own train. I almost exclusively have, sorry, I can't talk. Almost exclusively have the AI driving my trains. I tend to be the orchestra master rather than driving the actual trains. All right, he's making it, but we're gonna have to wait a little bit. So he's roaring into town. Let's head back up to the Conley Ranch. Get number 5 ran around its log cars. Number 5. I'm gonna hook on over there. Throw a handbrake on just in case. Number 2 made it all the way down here to Ella already. Time flies when you're not looking. All right, number 2. We'll slow you down to 15. You come over here and grab these 2 cars. Does it look like an ash conveyor? I'm a filthy casual train enthusiast. I know this is a 260. That's about it. I've always liked trains, but I'm not a rivet counter like we used to call them in model railroading. The tank engine Iron Cat? You mean the little bitty guy? This guy? Great switcher, a lot of power, really short legs. So what I use it for is just working in the sawmill. Because it's got this little tiny coal bunker and pretty small water tank kind of jacketed around the boiler there. Works great for me just running around the sawmill. It's got a lot of power. I push, what was it, like 14 cars up out of here? No problem. And they were all loaded. Yeah, it'd be interesting when the Maintenance Away comes if there's any additional gameplay like that. Don't know. They didn't really mention that in the video, but they might not be, you know, revealing all. Everybody's arriving at their waypoints. All right, you got your cars, so let's get you laced up and headed back. Ella. So I know you can go there at least. Or sorry, headed back to Whittier is what I meant to say. Is that Ella? And then you're going to be coming back. Ooh, I forgot about that. You're going to be coming back backwards, aren't you? All right, we'll have you come over here and hook onto these guys. And we'll shuffle you in Whittier. We'll get the engine on this end once he gets back. Where you at, number 4? Oh, that's the bend, right? Yeah, that's the bend into East Whittier. He's almost here. Passengers are getting a little antsy. If I told number 1 to go right now, I don't have signals. I think he would go and they would just conflict. 2.5 tons, Mark. And I think just shy of 2,000 gallons of water. Whereas this guy has the same amount of coal, quite a bit more water. But it seems like the little guy burns a lot more. Of course, it's got tiny drivers because it's meant for switching. As long as you don't get too far from the coal and the water, this little guy does great. What I found is, I'm pretty sure it's season 2, I tried this on the Connolly branch. And it would just get too low on fuel and water. So I quit using it. I got the mighty McAdoo. Do that stuff. All right, well, number 4 is pulling in. Let's get number 5 shoving this cut of cars where it needs to go. Let's run it back in there. There we go. Number 1 should be able to head out here shortly. And he's going to run all the way back down to Silva, which is actually pretty close to 6. I can just cheat and use that. We are on number 1, and we need number 1 to run to there. I think he's smart enough to wait till the train's out of the way. Although the train is basically out of the way now, so that's good. All right, there we go. The Sawdust Special is heading for Silva. Finally. Hey, Polacanthus. Yeah, that's why I just use it around the sawmill now. It was too thirsty for the Connolly branch. All right, number 4 made it. He will eventually need to get turned on the Y. And we'll probably go ahead and top him off with coal and water while he's here. Let's get you unhooked. Selected. You slowed down. We don't actually have anybody in the way right now. Let's get you up here and topped off. Speaking of Connolly Branch. Not to be confused with Branch Connolly. Any Longmire fans in the house? Number 5, come on down here. We'll get this mess sorted out. What's up, Dave? She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. King Magic Shadow, howdy. And we got the fabled WNCRR. We were just talking about you earlier. I didn't know what that was. Welcome. I'm a part-time railroader. To show you the variety of the games I play, I almost played Star Citizen tonight. And I decided on Railroader. Star Citizen just had a new patch, and it's a little rough. Even rougher than normal. Like, contracts aren't even working, so... Wouldn't have been much to do. All right, you're going to head on back there. I will let you go 25. That is fine. And let's get number 4 fueled up. All ready to go. Manual mode for the win. Hit that one. It doesn't quite line up. There we go. Let them take on some water. Let's see. Number 2. You're almost back to Whittier. Beautiful. Got a little ways to go on the water, so let's pop over to number 2. Hey, Iron Cat knows who Branch Connolly is. Yeah, I heard you were making models or something now. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't recognize the name. It's hard for me to keep track of all 28,000 subs. My little pea brain. Who's that DC Dave 3 guy anyway? Is that the 3rd time you've had to make an account, Dave? Is that what that's for? All right, number 2. Need you to come back over here. We're going to do some switching. It all ran around. It's also been one of those days / weeks / months at work, so my brain is usually putty by the end of the day. All right, number 4. You good on water now? No, you were still drinking. Thirsty girl. All right, we do have number 4 selected. Let's go ahead and pull ahead a bit. So I didn't make the connection with Sam. I didn't know who Sam was. But it's okay. The chat filled me in. All right, you do need a little bit of coal. All right, number 1's running. 5 is at the waypoint. Let's go deal with 5 real quick, and then we'll do some running around with 2. All right, take that cut and hook onto there. Good with that, Al? All right, good job. It's amazing, too, how popular this game is. Like, I stream here and there. I play a lot of different games. I'll have 12 or 15 people in here. If I fire up Railroader, it's like 40 to 80. It's a popular game. We needed a good train game like this. I need to make time to get back into Run 8, too. I miss me some Run 8. All right, then I used to use a bush or something over here as a marker. It's been so long since I switched this. I want to put the loads, I think it was like right in here. We'll put them there. We'll see how that works out. Actually, if I bring that over, no, it must have been over here by these trees. We'll shove the loads up in there, and then we'll put the empties in. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Actually, if 4 is done, taking on coal, we'll get 4 out of the way, because we're going to need 4 out of the way. All right, number 4, you go back to waypoint mode. And you're going to turn on the Y. So we'll bring you over here. Slow you down a little bit. All right, now that's going to be out of the way, so we can go over to 2. We got to do some running around. Yeah, it scratches my itch, that's for sure. So we'll leave these cars here. Throw on that handbrake. Unhook that, and we'll just run around them and hook onto here. You're going to do that way. Excellent. Uh-oh. I failed to look at all the way bills. So you can still get house stuff, can't you? Even if you don't have that, even if you don't have a contract. Whoopsie. Yeah, I shouldn't have brought that back. All right, we'll set that somewhere. We'll get it back over there. Yeah, run 8 with auto engineer would be a heck of a lot of fun. Oh yeah, mods will definitely be supported. They've said that from the beginning. They'll eventually be supported. "75 active Railroader YouTube posters? Wow, I didn't know there were even that many. I watched a few here and there. My main problem is time. I don't have enough time to watch all the YouTube I want to watch. I don't really get to watch live streams anymore. Yeah, that was an oopsie. I brought that guy back. He shouldn't have come back with us. We'll get 4 returned here real quick. Too close to the real thing for you? That's what I've heard from several people. Ex-railroaders. Okay, how can I guess I could just pull up and stick that car here. It's on the ends. That'll work. Let's do that. Stick you over here. I'll have to make a run back out to Ella and put that back. They walk out the station door like, where'd that car go? Dang it, Kerbo was here again. That's a lot of content there, Mark of One. Actually, let's bring you down to like here. That'll do. All right, he's coming through there. 4, you're going to be pretty fast, right? Let's get you out here. Actually, if I tell you to go here, will you do the right thing? You will. Look at you go. Being all smart and stuff. We'll just go ahead and get number 4 down here out of the way. He's going to be our outbound engine. Let's bring him down here. Then I can forget about him and have a cornfield meet. That'd be fun. All right, you're going to go the correct direction. Excellent. All right, back to 2. 2, I'm going to slow you down just so you don't overtake 4, who has a little higher speed limit now. Yeah, that's a ticket. Okay, number 2, I need you to come here. So in theory, number 4 should go past. He should go in the other line. It should all work beautiful. It's a good theory. Hi, I made the update video. Found flammable rocks. Yeah, old Agnor's at it again. Telling crazy stories. You're mad and bitter? That's no good, Mark. No point in getting mad or oh, wait, whoa, stop. What are you doing? Well, actually, that's fine. That works. If you're going to do it that way, then I can just go pick up this car. He decided to take the Y because reasons. Yeah, we'll just do that then. We'll just have you come over here and hook onto that car. Going to be that way. Just go turn yourself on the Y, I guess. Yeah, there's no point in getting mad or bitter. I mean, it's a small team. They're working on it. We'll play something else. I don't know how people get worked up over video games. Life's too short, people. I've been playing the game for a while. What are you most excited about? I played the game a lot. I took a pretty big break from it. Excited about that I saw in the update. I don't know if there's something like one thing I can point to. I like deep systems. So the fact that you have to maintain your rail, and if you don't, it gets all broken down and weeds will grow up. I'm just excited for that. There to be more dynamic stuff happening in the railroad world, if that makes sense. I'm excited for all of it. Yeah, is there like one developer, like one guy writing code? Maybe they've grown since then, but it's not like it's a big team with a huge money behind them. I'm also 50, so I'm a little more chill than some people, I guess, because I'm old. All right, he's running along. Let's take this opportunity to get 4 out of the way. We can grab, it doesn't really matter which one we grab, actually. We'll put you on here. Oh, no. It does matter because I put those cars over there. Grab those. Yeah, that's what you want to do. I'm such a goober sometimes. The earth is patient, exactly. A goofy goober? Sometimes. Just ask Mrs. Kerbo. Oh my, it's 9 o'clock already. It's going to be my bedtime. Here you. There we go. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's have number 2 go down here. Now we've swept up everything. Yeah, we've swept up everything that needs to go to Silva. So we can get 4 headed down the tracks. Wow, 1 is already almost to Silva. That passenger train flies. Working on a big boy model. Cool. How's it going, Nick from Vegas? Yeah, I figured some of you guys would be older than me. I don't know how you could get to 57 and still get mad about video games, though. But everybody's different. Still get some weird cutouts when we're swiveling. All right, we'll get you out of the way. Just a little bit of a brake application on those guys, so they're not going anywhere. We're pretty much ready to head back to Silva Interchange with this group. You laced up, and then we'll grab these other cars. Double check they are all going to Silva. Perfect. So number 4's already got 18 car, or I guess counting the tender, so 17 cars. We're going to tack on some more. Number 2, you can go back in the hole eventually. I think I'll turn 2 at the Y and he can run back out to Ella. Take that car back. How big is the fleet? It's not big. Season 2 was just about logging. And then I did pulpwood at Silva. I've canceled all those contracts, so it's not very big. Equipment. I've got 6 locos. Season 1 was much bigger. I even had diesels and stuff on Season 1. Yeah, primarily just a logging railroad. We service the sawmill. Like I was saying earlier, I got a little too overextended on Season 1. And it was like having a full-time job. Couldn't keep up. All right, I'm tired. I'm thinking. I think this guy is ready to head for Silva. I think. Let's send him down there. I'll let you go more than 10 miles an hour. All right, there we go. Number 4 is off with all the cars headed for Silva. Yeah, Mark, you bought an early access game. So if you didn't understand that, that's on you. Raven, you could, yeah, you can do your railroad however you want. You can run just passengers. You could run just freight. So for those not familiar with Railroader, let me pull the UI up again here real quick. So when you start a new game, you just have this part here. So there's a break there. You have from there down to, I forget where the cutoff is. Somewhere over here. And then you have this Connolly logging branch. Then to expand the railroad, you basically like repair bridges. So there's a bridge here. Somewhere over here, there's expansion. I don't remember where it expands, but. And then you got this out here. You can go all the way over here. All the way down over here. I can't even see this track because I haven't been that far. But if you want to, you could just run passenger station or passenger trains between the stations. It's up to you. You can run your game how you want. And then there are locations. Each of those locations you can have a contract with. Different tiers depending on how many cars you want to deal with. So yeah, it's pretty flexible. Hope that helps. Yeah, Mark, I mean, you're just wrong, but okay. I'm not going to argue with you. If you don't understand what early access means, I can't help you. So this coal car goes to the coal loader. That goes to the repair track. The rest of this is the sawmill? No, this is house track. Okay, so we need to cut some of the stuff off here. I think I'll send number 2 out to Ella. I could also take this car out to the Whittier house track. I kind of need to turn him around again. I guess we can just run backwards. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know how long it would take, like Polacanthus said about expanding. Because you do need money to expand. It's like if I pull up milestones. So if I wanted to expand west from Ella, I could take this milestone, and the first phase costs not that much, $750, because it's 25% off. Normally it's 1,000. And then there's multiple phases. I'd have to take cars there, and the next phase I'd have to take some other cars. And then once the bridge is rebuilt, then the track is expanded to the next point. How are we doing on fuel on this guy? Anyway, he's fine. Tons of coal and water. All right, number 2, you can run all the way over here. And I want you to stick that car in this track right here. That's the Whittier house track. Then we'll grab this. And I do need to wind down and get to bed here before too long. It's getting late. Yeah, you can expand and then there's a ton of switching. Now, I've always set my switching to be, what do they call it? Blocked by destination. So they're already kind of sorted when they come in on the interchange. You can have a not be that way. Yeah, mostly blocked, somewhat blocked, or hostile. So depending on how much switching you want to do, you can. It's very customizable for how you want it to be. I think most of my settings are at the defaults. Nathan Lee, howdy howdy. Oh, you know what? We should turn his speed up. I was just chilling, reading chat. Oh, we need to get number 5 sorted out. I kind of forgot about him for a little bit. So he has brought those loads out. I don't remember if that's on a slope or not. We'll go ahead and throw at least a couple handbrakes on. I'm going to shove these empty skeleton cars up in here. Yeah, that is quite a slope. Isn't it like, is it like control? Shift? There was some way to tell. The right control? There's some way to tell the slope of the track and the curvature. I don't remember what it was now. There was a key for that. Yeah, for the most part, they avoid accidents. They'll just, like, if they're going to meet head on, they'll just stop. Is it shift? Yeah, there it is. You just got to be close enough. Yeah, you're right. So right shift question mark. 2.8% grade, 7-degree curve. Thank you. I knew there was a key for that. Hadn't played in a long time. Couldn't remember what it was. How well it plays on the Steam Deck? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Program Railroader mods? Nah. I'll be too busy playing. I've done a lot of modding in the past, but I don't know that I'd ever get into it in Railroader. Did a ton of farm sim modding and Arma modding. Probably the two main ones. Okay, we can finally get these logs headed down the mountain. We'll stay up here until he's headed back home. Hey, Sovereign, I'm doing all right. Totally lost now, Raven, on the controls. Yeah, I hadn't really played much in months. I knew there was a key. Couldn't remember what it was. Oh, it's just hostile is just a random? Interesting. I've never tried it. I don't think I've ever had it on anything but the default. Locked by destination. Yeah, it doesn't give any specifics. All right, all laced up. We'll put you on 25. That's as fast as you can go on this branch anyway. Whee! We'll buzz down the mountain so fast the game can't even load the terrain. We'll get number 5 back down here. Or no, let's have him sit over here on the Y. We'll block. Well, he might fit in there. I'm not sure if he'll fit in here or not. We'll have him come to here. That's fine. All right, number 2 has dropped off his car. Perfect. Man, they move fast when you're like not watching them. Okay, and then we need to be on this side of the car when we get to Ella. So let's come over. If I do this. Okay, good. He is going to go down there. I don't want him to run all the way to the other end of the siding. He's still coming up through here, it looks like. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to start again once the Maintenance of Way update comes out. I think that'll be good fun. What happened to my turnout here? Somebody stole all my ties. What if I did that and then came back? Ta-da! Fixed itself. Okay, looks like the passenger train made it. Nice. Everybody is unloaded, so we can get him turned on the Y for the return run. Check that box. So 1, 2, 3, somewhere about up there. Let's have you come over there. Yeah, I'm not going to get to any of this stuff. Night. There is a few cars that need gathered up and push to the interchange. So the Silva switcher will do that eventually. Maybe I'll make a video out of that. I'm not sure. I was going to make a video doing all this stuff, but like I said earlier, I just didn't have time. So I felt like just chilling with the stream for a little bit. I'm going to head to bed here in about 15 minutes. Alright, you're doing stuff. You're doing stuff. Five's coming down the Conley branch. 4's chugging down there. 3 is just hanging out the sawmill. We'll stick with 2 here for a little bit. I think it's a level enough here that wouldn't even go anywhere, would it? 0%. Pesky tie salesman. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what all we get with the Maintenance of Way update. Can you, like, replace the rail with different poundages? Didn't sound like it. But they might not be, you know, revealing all. Keep some mystery with the update. We'll find out when it gets here. Alright, you need to go all the way back over here. Well, let me make sure I've got the right car, because I am tired. Yeah. I accidentally brought this from Ella. It needed to stay there on the house track. So I have to take it back. Buzz out here. It needs to go back here. Whoopsie. Casual Friday sighting, no ties. I like it. Go to sound features, so you can turn the clickety-clack sound up to 200%. Can you really? Nice. Here, let's get here nice and close. Is it in the sound settings? Yeah, I don't see it here. I don't hear more clickety-clack. I definitely hear more rumble. Alright, he's going to go off to Ella. How's number 5 doing coming down the branch? Oh, you're almost here. Nice. Good timing. Big old logs come down off the mountain. No clickety-clack. I think I've played all of my Railroader with the sounds at the defaults. I'm used to it. Alright, number 5. Number 2 is going to be coming back through eventually, so I think I'll just leave you there at the moment. Well, these are... Wow, they'd emptied all those out already, didn't it? Go to locations. Oh, it's on Whittier Sawmill. Yeah, okay, the logs are pretty full, so it's fine. I could go ahead and swap those out. Yeah, let's do it. 2's not going to be back for a while. The 5, come on over here. 3, buddy, you need to go grab a bunch of cars. We need to get 5 out of your way first. So I think, yeah, those are all Whittier Sawmill. And then back here we had 2 that are going to the engine shed area, basically. So we could have 3. Let's have 3 come back over here. 3, I need you to hook on to here. Like, on it, boss. Where's number 1, Raven? He's turning at the Silva Y. So the passenger train made it all the way back to Silva. He's getting turned on the Y now. Turn his speed down. And then this is going to be a little tricky with all the tracks here. Let's bring him back to here. A boxcar. Iron Cat's on a roll tonight. Got the dad joke gene. The waypoint mode, we don't have any way to tell it like which direction it needs to be facing when it gets to a waypoint. So you kind of have to babysit the Y turning a little bit, but overall the automatic engineer is a huge quality of life thing. For people like me that play it more as like a conductor rather than driving the trains. All right, now I need you to come back over here. Ish. And then can I send you through here, or does that flip you out totally? Nope, you're good. Okay. I've had to go back up and turn around and do weird stuff before, so. You hit tab, you can see the waypoints as well as the car waybills. That could be handy. Yeah, D-Rail Valley is good for driving trains. I like driving the trains in Run 8 as well. It's okay in Railroader. There's so much like logistics going on. That's what really tickles my fancy in this game. I find it fun running 4 or 5 trains at once. All right, you're headed back this direction. Let's get you back over here at the station. And I know from doing this many times that we want him to go right there. He should be good. Korea's getting hooked up. Whee! Let's get some ground. Five is also getting hooked up. Let's get 5 out of 3's way. That'll make the most sense, I think. So, oops, we need to go grab onto these guys. I'm going to shoot a 15 since you're switching. Yeah, exactly, Mark. It's like the switching puzzle. All right, while you're doing that, let's get 3 hooked on. Some air pumped up. Actually, I need to take these 2 cars off of here. Let's do that. We'll just stick them here for now. Nope, let's not. Cancel. Belay that order. Let's come up a ways. I thought of a better way to do this. AI had other ideas. Because it's uncoupled from here. We need to get it coupled back to that, and then I can tell it to do what I want it to do. Gave up, Raven? Yeah, Train Sim World. That's a sore spot with me. I fell for the hype around it when it was CSX Heavy Haul. They were all like, it's going to be a simulator. It wasn't. Then they turned it into Train Sim World. They never did give the editor any of the stuff you were supposed to get with that. Now they're on like Train Sim World 6 or some crap. Still don't have the stuff they said they were going to make for 1, and people just keep buying it. So anyway, rant over. I learned my lesson. No more dovetail ever again. So I'm going to pull up and stick these 2 cars on this track. Because I need to run around them anyway to put them where they need to go. So that's what I'm doing. It's Chase to Fox. Welcome. Ergo, you know, I've been called worse. And clear waypoint. Like, boss, I just got moving. There, you go do that. Go deal with number 5. Find my mouse cursor. Oh, I had 2 brakes on. I don't want to oil it. I want to turn the brake off. There we go. All right, you come over there. Really suck at multitasking. Yeah, everybody's good at different things. I don't always like to multitask because that's what I do all day at work for a living. Constantly switching between stuff. It's exhausting. But this is kind of relaxing. I'm just chilling with some trains. It's relaxing. So it's a relaxing multitasking. Yeah, I never played any Tycoon games. I was pretty much just into flight sims for a couple decades. So I didn't really play many video games like that back in the day. And then I got into, I forget, a friend of mine bought me a computer game for my birthday. I think it's back when I was in college. And I already had a copy of that game, so I took it back to the game store to exchange it for something else. And there was this cool looking box. It was like Operation Flashpoint. You can make missions and stuff. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Then I got sucked into like Arma and all that stuff, and branched out into many, many, many other types of games. Okay, you should be all sawmill stuff all the time. All sawmill, all the way down. Beautiful. That's what I wanted. Now we just need to get 5 out of your way, which I'm working on at the moment. All right, we need to shove those loads right over here. Take her away, number 5. Is that Bakist 5540? Welcome. Yeah, we're just working the railroad, chilling. This is my... I've done a couple seasons of Railroader. This is my season 2 save that I quit on quite some time ago, but I've made a few videos here and there, and sometimes I stream it. Just working the railroad. Patiently waiting for the Maintenance of Way update to come out. Spent a lot, Brick. Yeah, I've been playing Flight Sim since I don't remember what year it was, but it was a Macintosh Classic, 9-inch monochrome screen, and the Flight Sim was on a single 720K floppy, and it was only like Chicago Meigs Field, and it was vector, like line drawing graphics. Might have been Flight Sim 2? I'm not sure. I remember when Microsoft Flight Sim 4 came out, and it was like cell-shaded graphics, and it had moving control surfaces. Mind-blowing. Got that for my birthday. I was a very happy kid. But as far as peripherals and stuff, I haven't spent a ton there. A few hundreds of dollars. Did some Battlefield, Raven. Nice. East Wayne Railfan, welcome. Howdy, howdy. I apologize if I missed anybody. I see I was going back up through the chat there. I see Boris's message. Howdy, Boris. And I've got 2 sets of cars here. Ah, that doesn't quite fit, does it? I forgot about that. So I have an identical set of yellow, orange, and red cars up on Connolly getting filled up. So I've always got 3 sets down here getting unloaded, 3 sets getting loaded, and I just switch them out. Lots and lots and lots of switching to feed the sawmill. And that doesn't quite fit, so that's fine. We'll take these over and shove them up on the Conley branch. Doink. Yeah, it did. Okay, it didn't move those. I didn't see it move. I forgot I had my UI turned off. Sorry about that. All right, number 5. I need you out of the way, so let's shove these up on the Connolly branch for now. So I switch here and at the supply. I switch both places, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, the good old 688 attack sub. Nice. So once these are empty, we'll take all these empties up the Connolly branch and swap them out for loads. And this cycle continues. Why are you using the main line like a madman there? Number 5. All right, 3, you can come down here. Once 5's out of your way, we'll get you going. Then it's past my bedtime. I do need to get off here. It's eventually. I thought I'd just fire up a quick stream. Man, Railroader is always so popular. That's crazy. There's 60 people in here. A normal stream for me is like 12 to 15. I'm just a casual YouTuber. Random stream times. The Railroader always brings folks out. They love them some Railroader. Yeah, I think 1 is all squared away at the station. It should be anyway. Yeah, 1 is good. 4 is good down here at the interchange. How many cars? Oh, you almost fit. Catchment area stops there. He's about 3 cars short. So I'm going to go ahead and tell 4 to pull up a little ways. We'll eventually get him sorted out. All right, back over to 3. 5 is out of his way. So 3, you can come up down to here and we'll peel off, 7 or 8 cars, depending on how long they are, because we have to be able to fit in the spur here. We've got 16 cars, so 8 and 8 basically. And do we have any? We do have 1 gondola. No, 2 gondolas for the wood chips. Got it. Oh, the good old TRS-80. I had one of those. Not when it was new, but when it was old. My dad was remodeling someplace and they were throwing it away. Brought it home. So, the very first programming I ever did was, I think it was BASIC on the TRS-80. It was something like BASIC anyway. And howdy, James, if I didn't say howdy. That had to be a pretty rudimentary flight sim if it was on the old Trash 80. Oh yeah, planes were basically a pixel. Yeah, it's like wireframe graphics on the Mac Classic. That was my start. I don't think it even had an external view. It was just the panel. All right, I've almost forgotten how to do this. Let's slow you down to 10. I want to bring you down. I think I did it maybe around this pole here. Come down here, and I need enough room to pull clear of that turnout. We'll see if that works. You okay, 5? Yeah, 5's okay. All right, cool. I know there's no cars, but we'll be nice and not block the highway. All right, we need number 5. 4 to 10 seconds per frame. Wow. Yeah, East Wayne Railfan. I used to play on a... My old PC didn't run it quite this good. The new PC, I think I have pretty much everything cranked up. Runs pretty well. We really need some anti-aliasing at some point. It's almost hard on the eyes. I don't even know which engine they use. I don't know why anti-aliasing is such a problem. All right, number 5. Let's get you back over here on this track. That's where you hang out. Well, I'll probably get these 2 cuts of cars shoved in, and then I'll have to call it a night. I do have to get up early in the morning. For about 3 cars worth of brakes on. Got you loose, and then 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Oh, that's too many cars, isn't it? It might be too many cars. It'll tell me if it's too many cars. Nope. Seems happy with it. Must have some shorter cars in here to be able to get that many. Oh, is this Unity? Okay, gotcha. I don't know why the anti-aliasing is a problem. It's pretty standard, but you know, I don't know their code base. It could just be the way they're doing something. Maybe they get some kind of big performance gain by doing something different and it doesn't support anti-aliasing. Who knows? Programming is complicated. Hey, Air Coop 197. Not sure if I said that right, but it can take as much or as little time as you want. You can, when you start out, you have like 2 locomotives and 4 cars, and you can kind of just grow at your own pace. You can certainly grow a huge railroad. Like I've only got about half the railroad, well, maybe a third of the railroad unlocked on this series 2 that I was doing. I got overextended on the first series. I had so much to do. It was ridiculous. But yeah, you can do as much or as little as you want. There's always more cars than catchment area here for the wood chips. Well, hi there, number 5's back. Look at you. Excellent. How you doing on stuff? You got plenty of coal and water. Excellent. Yeah, Unity's not the best for optimization, but it's pretty crazy what you can do in it. Pothole Pilot. Thank you. I'm going to try. I'm moving my son back home for the summer from college. I took tomorrow off work. I got to head out at like 6:30 in the morning. Because my genius son decided checkout time was 9 a.m. Thanks, son. You know your dad, the night owl, who works all the time? That's okay. He's a good kid. He's worth it. It is a lot of fun, for sure. Appreciate you watching the series. Now with the big maintenance of way update that's coming out eventually, I plan to take it slow because with all the new features and stuff, I'd imagine you could get overwhelmed pretty quickly. All right, only 6 cars, so we got that, no problem. These guys, yeah, those, they all go to the same place unless they're gondolas for the wood chips. So we'll just stick these cars right over there. And I'm going to have to call it a night. Let's just go down through the list here. So passenger train has done its morning run. It's turned. It's ready to head back the afternoon run. Number 2. We need to check in on number 2. He is out here. Oh, shoot. I forgot he was facing that direction. I need to run around that car. Bad nabbit. 2 is just a problem child. No doubt about it. All right. You need to come back out here. Sorry, 2. Forgot you were running that direction. I put him on the wrong side of the car. Trying to get this car back to here. We'll have to run around him. 3, we're working. He's working the sawmill. 4 is down at the interchange. Need to do some switching eventually. 5 is parked for now. And the civil local we're not doing anything with yet. So everything is well in hand. We did a lot tonight. In, was it 2? Yeah, 2 hours. All right. Lace them up. There you. Release all the handbrakes. Shove you over in here. Yeah, railroad or solo, you can overextend yourself easily. I did that. I even did that on season 2, inadvertently. I decided to just focus on logging for series 2. Season 2, whatever you want to call it. That's why it's the East Whittier Logging Company. And then that went really well. So I decided, you know what, let's do some pulpwood. And then it kind of just got out of hand with all the stuff going on with Silva and whatnot. So like I showed in my last railroad video I made, I terminated a whole bunch of contracts. Everything except the sawmill, basically. So part of what we did tonight was gathering up all those cars scattered around the railroad that needed to go to the interchange because the contracts were canceled. As well as just switching out the sawmill, which is the bread and butter here for the railroad. Also have a passenger train that runs the length of the railroad twice a day. You built way out, James? Yeah, the penalty I don't think is huge if you don't, you know, switch the cars in time. I think the pay, doesn't the pay just fall off on a scale? I kind of forget. Yeah, that's good. Right there will do. All right, you're probably going to be needed. Yeah, this guy is almost full. So let's go ahead and just get you on here. Number 3, and you'll be ready to go for that. I completely missed what that pop-up said. Probably 2. All right, I will finish this car out before I go to bed. Otherwise, I'll be thinking about it all night. All right, run around that car. You have my permission to go fast. A whole real-time day? Dang. That's a lot of work. Yeah, the map's pretty large. I've never been very far west of Appalachia. I've never been on this part of the railroad down here. So season 1, we had everything east of here, basically. I don't remember how far I went. I might have went to Almond. I don't remember. That was just too much. We had the mine, the coal plant, or the coal mine, the copper mine, all the logging. It was just too much stuff. Especially trying to record a series on it. That's different than if you're just playing on your own. It got to where I just couldn't keep up. I didn't have enough time to do things. Yeah, I know. Your whistle works. Let's get this car put back so I can go to bed. Yeah, it's very different, James. And I can't keep up with a large crowd. But I've been streaming for over a decade. But not, not full time, obviously. But I remember back when I streamed on Twitch, I played a lot of DayZ, like way back in the day. Zombie survival game. And I got raided one time by a huge streamer. And I went from I don't know if I had 20 or 30 people maybe in there to like 700. My brain just rebooted. Chat was just going nuts. It's a skill for sure to keep up with that much chat, and I don't have that skill. I get behind sometimes with 30 to 50 people in here. Okay, now we can put this car back that I accidentally took. Life should be good. Don't need to go 35 though. I'll limit it to 15. So if you weren't here earlier, I picked up cars here at Ella and I accidentally picked this one up. This one's not supposed to be picked up. It's supposed to be still here at the house track. So I had to bring it all the way back. $500 hours? Yeah, I don't know what I have. Do I have Steam up? What do I have? I have 552.4 hours. There you go. And I started playing before it was released even. I was lucky enough to get early access to it. Which came as a complete surprise because I've been kind of, aware of Railroad and following it, but wasn't really a part of the community or anything. But that was an honor. That was cool. Yay, we're here. All right, stop. Okay, you can now get out of there. We're going to bring you all the way home. Which should, yeah, we're all clear here. That should be doable. All right, number 2, you can go 35. And I'm going to say come back to the engine house probably because I need to get these cars. Well, I could use number 2 to spot those actually. We'll bring you all the way back here and a couple onto these cars. There you go. Do that. I do need to get to bed, folks, though. I got to get up at pretty early in the morning and do some driving. Appreciate you all hanging out. If you are new here, thanks for coming by and hope you enjoyed the stream. I don't have any set time to stream. I just kind of stream when I have the time to do so. I do make a lot of videos. There's tons of stuff on the channel. Well over a decade of videos. Everything's organized by playlist. I play everything from simulation to survival, space games, colony builders, all kinds of stuff. Go give it a look. Hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out. And I'll talk to y'all later. I'll let number 2 do his thing and then I'll end the stream. Sure, now that I'm done talking, you quit whistling.